Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We're pleased to be joined by Myles Rowe, of course, the driver of the number 22 in the USF 2000 series for Pabst Racing. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. So let's talk about this past weekend. And certainly ended the weekend pretty good for you guys. Got picked up a win. You still have the points lead. Overall, this season's been going pretty well.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was definitely an interesting start in race one. That momentum was moving forward until the last lap. But as we've seen, I recovered really well in race two at St. Pete, and we continue that momentum here to Barber. And yeah, we secured the points lead. Just barely. We're tied for it, but because I have more wins, I guess I'm technically first. But yeah, I didn't expect to come out, first in points. I was a little bit far back. But yeah, things have worked out for the first two events for sure. So yeah, the team's really happy, and yeah, that's really good momentum for the month of May going into NDGP and the Oval at Lucas Oil Raceway for sure.
Okay, so let's. I know you've talked about this several times. You are good to go for the month of May.
Good to go for NDGP. I don't know about the whole month of May. I'm a racing driver for 2 more weeks, so we'll see after those 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously we all know what you've we all know your story and all that, but with how things are going this year, I know that this is, I mean, the points leader, everybody, and you know how much it takes to get this racing thing. You have to have a certain amount of that with funding and all that, and trying to get rides and all that stuff. I know that you recently set up a GoFundMe account, and that's actually received a lot of support from a lot of people. Are you surprised by how much support that you've gotten?
I am just, it's crazy, dude. Like, I mean, it's so awesome to see, how many people, want to support. And then it's even like, it's just crazy to see how many people actually, take action and actually, like sacrifice some of, their earnings or whatever, to help me, to help someone that they might have not even met, sort of a thing. And that's just amazing to see. And, that's just, props to, the human race and everything. It's just awesome to see people who care, for other people that they support and actually take action, to help those people that they like to see, entertain or perform or whatever, and help them, move up in their career. It's just awesome. It's really awesome to see. And yeah, I just, I'm so thankful to every one of the fans who literally take action to support me.
For sure. When it kind of comes to where this is at, I know for a second, I know these events have a lot of time in between them, with all this stuff. I mean, it's not a big schedule, but overall, how confident are you that you can get funding for the rest of the year to run the full season?
Yeah, man, I believe I can. I mean, I genuinely believe I can. It's just a matter of, executing, just like on the track, sort of a thing. So, we just have to go through certain strategies and talk to, certain people and just, play it right. But I believe it can happen for sure. It's just, it's just, constant development day by day. And, especially after Barber, we're getting closer and closer, and I think we'll get there to where, we can really see longevity in my career.
Yeah, obviously, if you fundraise through social media, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, ask Ryan Vargas last year. Of course, whenever you can get an NFL player to sponsor you, like Ryan Vargas did at Daytona Road Course, you never know what could happen.
Exactly.
But going into Indy this weekend, to put everything and putting your future aside, because you're trying to go after a championship this time around. At that course, a course that you're most of the field is familiar with, because either you've tested there and all that stuff. But what's it going to be like when you race there in a few weeks?
I just think it'll be fun. We have 3 races, which is, really cool. So we're gonna be pushing. It's gonna be an intense weekend. But there's gonna be a lot of fans out there. My previous relation to Force Indy, I know there will be, old Force Indy fans, who'll be there, supporting, and it'll be really cool to see them. It's a great chance, for me to really connect with a lot of my fans. I see a lot of them out there at the NDGP. So I'm just excited to, connect with the community for sure.
And this is also really kind of what has it been like when people go up it, how are you with fans? Like drivers are either good or not good or all that. But what is it like when you interact with people? Because some drivers are shy or at first and then maybe they get comfortable or just, people are some are just overall people.
Oh man, like it's super fun. Like I like to think that I'm a people person. Obviously, like I'll have my moments where I really like to be by myself.
Yeah.
Really just be in my own bubble. But when I'm interacting with fans, I just love hearing where they're from. Who they are, what they do, and understanding who's actually behind me. And I it's really fun for me, and I think it's so cool to see people from all over coming out to support. So yeah, like a lot of times if I have the time, I'll ask, like their names and like where they're from and everything like that. And it's really cool, to hear all the different places they come from and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. What track are you most looking forward to this year?
After St. Petersburg and Barber, which are basically two of my favorite tracks, I'm really stoked for Toronto, man.
Yeah.
Like I love street courses after racing in St. Petersburg twice. And so I'm really stoked to see how Toronto flows because it was canceled last year.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see that place. And I don't really get I know it's Canada, it's still North America, but I don't really get out of the country ever. I mean, the last time I was out of the country was when I was like 4 or something like that. So it'd be cool to get to Canada, actually use my passport,
Yeah.
and like just do some sightseeing. Hopefully, I hope I'm there so I can see some places. I'm excited to see what Canada is all about and everything. But yeah, I'm super stoked to see how the street course flows for sure because I'm pretty confident in my ability on a street course because it it requires so much adaptability. One street course, there's no rubber laid down. You have to the rubber is just constantly developing. So that's a huge part in how you set up the car all throughout the weekend. So it requires a lot of like adaptability on the driver's part, which I think I'm pretty good at. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, for sure. I know the first time since 2019 that IndyCar will be in Toronto, so
Oh wow.
that is going to be really exciting. Well, it's been canceled the last few years because obviously with the pandemic and obviously, U.S. Canada's restrictions were different than the United States is at times. So, yeah, it'll be good to see IndyCar back in Toronto. So that'll be good. Um,
Definitely.
all right. Well, Myles Rowe, I know you got to get to some other. I know you got back-to-back interviews coming up, so we'll let you go. Well, thanks for coming on and talking with us, and good luck at the Indy GP in a few weeks.
Hey, thanks, Casey. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, an EGP will be fun. I think we'll have a fast car. I hope we'll have a fast car. Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad it's in about a week and a half. So I'll be ready for it for sure. And yeah, like I said, I'm excited to really connect with the community out there. And yeah, it's a fun track. It's super technical, but there's a lot of heavy brake zones and everything. So I think I'm pretty good, with that part of the driving. So I'm super stoked for it for sure. And yeah, being tied for first in the championship, it's definitely exciting to, come back to the track and see where we can end up and, continue that momentum. So thank you.
Right on.